Big secret revealed. The Kennedy Agyapong Atachia Heathrow expose. Kennedy Akumprekun Agyapong is a man who speaks his mind. Sometimes he can be so vituperative that people come back with a backlash, insulting him back. Kennedy Akumprekun Agyapong wants to be the next president of Ghana. He tried it once and failed. Many were those who were surprised even at the feat that he got to, though he failed. This time round, all the statistics in the country are saying that there are two very important horses that are tipped to win this race in the primaries of the NPP. Kennedy Agyapong and Bawumia. Bawumia is a lot ahead of Kennedy Agyapong, according to the statistics and the pollsters who have come out to tell us some of the polls results they have. Now watch this now. Now Kennedy Agyapong is a man who many people say is not fit for office. Recently, my brother, my sister, he was proven to be a really strong contender in the race for the flag bearership of the NPP, a party that lost power so disgracefully after destroying this nation. Kennedy Agyapong wants to be able to rewrite the story of the NPP. First and foremost, he says that though he's from the UP tradition, where Kwame Nkrumah is not respected and not truly regarded, he loves Kwame Nkrumah and believes that Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest man who ever lived in our political system. My brother, my sister, this is Kennedy Agyapong. Now, Kennedy Agyapong has been busy going around campaigning so that he could be picked up as the flag bearer of the political party known as the NPP. And time after time, controversies come up. The other day, he granted an interview to a radio station that I had a stint with, Sky Power FM, right there in Takoradi, my brother, my sister. And when he granted that interview, many were those who were shocked. There's a gentleman called Atachia. Samuel Atachia is a lawyer. Lawyers call each other learned friends. This guy and Kennedy Agyapong attended the same school, secondary school at the Saddle. And according to him, Kennedy Agyapong was so good with economics, whilst he was so well informed about literature, English literature. So for that matter, he would teach Kennedy Agyapong English literature, and Kennedy Agyapong would also teach him economics. He created a certain scene as if to say they were like Jonathan and David in the Bible, very good friends, until the real caboodle started. He is in the camp of Bawumia. He believes that a president of this country must be elected. One, he must be very constructive. Two, and at the same time, he must be a statesman, well branded, who is not uncouth. He's gone on the campaign trail telling everybody that we must look for a president who will not go to the UN and disgrace the nation with words like motherfucker. And my brother, my sister, he was throwing shades at Kennedy Agyapong, who has used that kind of word and even more in the media landscape right here in Ghana and beyond anytime he gets angry. Atachia also said that we must not go for a president who has a bad temperament. He gets angry easily. And again, he was referring to Kennedy Agyapong. He just came out after an interview convincing himself, should Kennedy Agyapong win the primaries of the NPP, he would never go on a campaign trail. Watch this. If Kennedy Agyapong wins, I will not campaign. That was the same thing Kennedy said. He said, if Bawumia wins, I will not campaign. And Bawumia won. He swallowed his words and went back on the campaign trail. And we saw the two of them on a bus. My brother, my sister, a photo of them, Kennedy talking to Bawumia. This is the photograph. Probably telling Bawumia, you know what? Let's put the past behind and let us work for our party to come to power. Unfortunately, Bawumia did not win the election. Now is the turn to go for yet another flag bearership race. And Atachia is uttering the same words. Should Kennedy win, I will never campaign for this party. Come here. Watch this. No. Kennedy Agyapong is not happy with what his former classmates said. They are 2 years apart in terms of age. Kennedy was born in 1960. And this gentleman here called Atachia, my brother, my sister, is a gentleman who claims that he's a very good lawyer and therefore he's ready for some sort of decency. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, Kennedy Agyapong has spoken. He granted an interview, and in that interview, he has kept Ghanaians talking. But we are always ahead of the people. We have done our research, and we are bringing you more information. Listen to what Kennedy said about the motherfucker comment from Atachia. He had lost his voice because he had gone so much around the country talking. He's even lost a lot of weight. My brother, my sister, listen to Kennedy Agyapong as he spoke to Sky Power FM. He spoke in Twi. Those of you who don't understand, when we return, we will be translating that. Watch this.
Atachia, can I respond or no? Why I'm not going to respond to Atachia? He said, even President Ekuado would dinner term at Heathrow Airport. Say he is not fit to be president. Heathrow Airport. And that time, Ekuado won. Intina Mwawa say, when ya kukudro, na FAD Ekuado here the minister, Okoje. Yeah, but this time, first, we kwaya and come first wakano. Or I was shut them one. And the filthy words, or news of Medical World Bank, UN in Simamaka. The filthy words he used to describe Ekuado, Chiramero London Heathrow Airport. And he said, Onokura, or no free Kurobako. Otimi the dinner term, and you were a media, did matter, I'm nobody. And I'm not going to respond. But Onkai, so or conscience, Onkai as someone, or catching about Heathrow Airport. Madam, is so nasty about Ekuado. I've never said and I'm never catching Ekuado. You never have made him a minister. But I didn't say anything. And I'm not responding to anybody. Whether I'm just staying focused. What do I say? I'm staying focused. Where the distraction? One person here now can be now only message. It Kennedy Agyapong on your presidential material when you say Sabre I mean Kasari may respond. Oh, is my expose room? Almost inefficiencies. Because they were waiting for Kennedy Agyapong. Omo meet him going and say, "Ebedi dimatem and my book for now respond no more you know." And then they don't have a message. They are not telling Ghanaians what they can do or the delegates what they can do. And you know, my sister, I have a vision, I have a dream for Ghana. And if I'm given opportunity, speed up with the Ghana for the core development, you have no idea.
My brother, he said, if Atachia and Akufo-Addo come from the same hometown, and they are both from Achimebo-Akwa, and he met me at Heathrow Airport in the United Kingdom and used those terrible words of insults on Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Who am I? I am nothing to him. I am not going to respond. If I had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo what this guy here called Atachia told me, the insults he held at him in secrecy in front of me, Nana Addo would have never ever made him a minister of state. These are the words of Kennedy Agyapong. in that tape. So he labeled Atachia a hypocrite. Number 2, an opportunist. Number 3, a liar. He said he would not respond, but he ended up responding. What did Atachia tell Kennedy Agyapong allegedly at Heathrow Airport? Kennedy said he wouldn't say it, but we have a way of finding out. He said it's so nasty. If he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that this was what Atachia said, he would never have been made a minister. You want to hear it, don't you? Come here. My brother, my sister, I have spoken to people in the Kennedy Agyapong camp to find out if Kennedy Agyapong ever told them the exact words Atachia used on Nana Addo, allegedly right there at Heathrow Airport. They said, yes. Can you tell me that? And I got the response. Now, in 2015, according to members of the Kennedy Agyapong team, names withheld, Kennedy Agyapong and Atachia, both politicians on the NPP divide, met at Heathrow Airport on their way back to Ghana. And Kennedy walked up to Atachia and the conversation ensued. He said, what are the prospects of our party coming into power? This was 2015. And Atachia said, no prospects. How can this man no son so koko yehwe milk gu nanum kra na ni nyina be hwe agu fam. In other words, how can this guy here, whose mouth leaks with saliva, overflows with saliva, ever be president? Is that one to a presidential material? Even if you pour milk into his mouth, everything will pour out. But that is not so serious. This is the serious one now. Come here. What is next? Atachia allegedly also said that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the time a candidate, that this guy that everybody in the area knows as a guy who would wait when his house is very quiet. Then those little girls, those girls who go around selling granuts, he will look at them and see the one which is a little matured and call, brah. She will come and he will look at the granuts and say, your friend was saying, you mentioned me tonka tianina. Fako inside, mommy. The rest is history. Allegedly, according to the camp of Kennedy Agyapong, these were the words of Atachia. How can this man whose mouth overflows with saliva, that when you even pour milk in there, everything would come out of his mouth like that? He can't keep his mouth shut. This one too, can he be president? A guy that everybody in the area knows to be calling granite sellers, granite as they say in Nigeria. Oh yeah, no, 2 CDs, 5 CDs. I'm buying everything. Take it into the house for me. The rest is history. Did Atachia say this? The rest of the bit there is nasty. According to the Kennedy Agyapong camp, this was what Atachia said that Kennedy Agyapong doesn't want to repeat. Did Nana Addo do this? Did he ever do that? It reminds me of Wuntumi sitting on his radio station and TV station, declaring the president of the republic a child molester. a woman molester. My brother, my sister, and everybody condemned him in Ghana. He came back later after he started facing the vicissitudes of life, when the long arms of the law started coming after him for desecrating Nimiri Forest, to apologize to the president. Did Nana Addo do this? Why did Atachia say that? There is an old African proverb that says, when a fish comes out of water and tells you that when the crocodile sleeps, it snores, who are you to say it's not true? Do you live in water? People who live in water are telling their story and you are crying. It's the same thing with the two of them coming from Agyapong and telling their own story. My brother, my sister, Agyapong says, if he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that this was what your own countryman, your own brother, your own Achim brother said about you in the run-up to the elections, things would have happened. Sadly, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you are coming from, what divide you are on, Nana Addo won the election that year. This was 2015. 2016, bam! They were in power. And when they came into power, Atachia was picked up to become the Minister of Works and Housing. And he accepted it. According to Agyapong, he shamelessly accepted it. According to him, he wanted to walk up to him and say, for all the nasty things you said about Nana Addo, how his mouth leaks with saliva, how when you stand in front of him and he talks to you, he will bath you with gallons of saliva, and how he lures granite sellers into his house for whatever caboodle. You have still gone ahead to accept a post from him after not giving him any chance. Agyapong says, if he can say this about his own Echimebwakwa brother, who am I? We are way ahead of the rest. We go deep, we speak, and we get the facts hard and fast. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. It looks like there's trouble in the NPP. Atachia says he will never campaign should Agyapong win. Would Agyapong campaign if Bawumia wins? Already they are at each other's necks. Tribalism, religiosity, my brother, my sister, everywhere there is chaos, confusion. No, ayabasa. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Come here. Story number 2. Watch this. Prophet Adumche Dua issues angry warning. When you see him, you would think he's a character in the Bible. He looks like Moses' grandson. Many people believe him. His church, Philadelphia, is one of the fastest growing churches in Ghana. When they meet like this, everybody wears white. And when he comes out, the whole place is electrified. The other day, he said, Black Rasta, why do you want to torment my life with your English language? Titi me, udi ubrofu titi me, Black Rasta, Maya udeng. Because I love him, I looked for his phone number and I called him. I said, Prof, you know I love you. But when the issues come, we have to stand on the side of the truth and deal with it. He asked me, if it is the truth you are talking about me, then I have no problem. But did you say the truth about me? You took your story from a liar, Captain Smart, He doesn't like me. He didn't do his research, but you trusted him more than me and put out a story from the liar's side. I had spoken with Captain Smart, and he told me that the real issue was a little controversial. He did not really buy the factory and turned it into a church. What he did was, the place was up for rent, and he went to the assembly and rented it. It was no longer a factory. It was a place up for rent. Anybody could have gone to use it for anything. And he decided to go and rent it and use it for a church, according to Captain Smart. So he didn't really buy a factory and convert it into a church. He rather rented a former factory, according to Captain Smart. He told me it is not true. I have not bought any factory. My brother, my sister, we spoke nicely, and he invited me over. He said, when you have time, let's talk, and then you come and pay me a visit. It was a beautiful time. This is Prophet Adumche, Philadelphia. This is the king of miracles. This man here has Sobolo in his church. He also has some spiritual materials like stickers that his followers believe work. There was a time this boxer went to fight, and he decided to drink the Sobolo, and then he used a sticker right inside his boxing pants, right on top of his scrotum, probably to stop low blows. And he pasted 1, 2 at the back. As for the back, I won't be able to tell you. And he prayed. He went into the ring chanting the name of the prophet, Prophet Adumche Dria, over and over, shouting Philadelphia. In fact, he lost before the fight could even end. The prophet invited him over, thanked him for helping popularize the church, and he gave him some cash on top and told him, thank you, God bless you. Next time, train harder, everything will be okay. We shall add prayer. My brother, my sister, there are stories of people drinking this Sobolo and believing that all their problems will be solved. Some died. Some were so sick, instead of going to the hospital, they drank Sobolo from the church and died. And we have stories of such people from Canada and other places. The prophet was forced to come out and say, hey, when we are sick, go to the hospital. The Sobolo that you have is just to help what the doctor is doing for you. It will help with what the doctors and the nurses and health people are doing for you. Don't stop going to the hospital and drink Sobolo alone. And I was so happy he said that. Today he's saying something else. Come here, my youth. Watch this. Now, Prophet Adumche Dria is a very wealthy man. Extremely wealthy. He bought Xylophone FM, originally owned by Bolares EIB, which later was owned by Nam1 and Men's Gold. He bought it single-handedly and replaced all the equipment in there. He's rich. In fact, he promised his church that he was going to give out over 50 million Ghana cedis to his church members and beyond. And it was captured right there on Ghana Web. Reactions as Prophet Adumche Dria shares 51 million amongst church members. Look at the money loaded on the table. This was Monday the 30th of October 2025 this year. 51 million Ghana cedis. That was what Woyome stole from the people of Ghana. He shared that like Pekle during Homo War. He invests in his church people. They believe in him. So when they are coming for the Sobolo and the sticker, they are excited that this is a man of God who thinks about us. His church has spread like a wildfire in the Hamatan. Now he has come to warn his church and his followers. Hey, what is he saying? Watch this. No one is allowed to sell anything during 31st night crossover Philadelphia movement. Come here, my youth. Let's read it together. No one is allowed to sell anything during 31st night crossover. And his church is called the Believers Worship Center. Run the story. A word of caution has been issued to members of the Believers Worship Center, known as Philadelphia Movement, led by Stephen Adumche, especially those planning to sell items during the 31st 9th December 9th service. In a video shared on social media, a communicator from the church's headquarters announced that no one will be permitted to sell anything at the 2025 crossover night event in Philadelphia City at Bompata. Dash it away. Why is the prophet doing this? He is so smart and wise. He said, when Muslims go to Mecca, they don't go there to sell. They go there to worship and to buy so they can bring home. So when you come to Philadelphia, you must come to worship and to buy. After all, the man of God shares money to his people. If you don't help his business grow, how is he going to be able to make the money to support you? My church is not a marketplace. My church is a place of worship. So when you come, if there's anything at all you want to buy, come to us. We have that. If you have anything to sell, don't sell it here. Take it elsewhere. Make the money and come and buy what we have in church so we can use the money to support you. My brother, my sister, what do you think about this? He says, come and buy from us. Don't sell anything to us. After all, we are supporting you and your businesses. Don't come and give me unnecessary competition. Like Jesus Christ chased all those people in the church who went in there selling. He said, my father's house has become a den of thieves. Adumche Dria has produced a lot of sobolo, spiritual Jesus's blood, a lot of holy and spiritual things, readying up for the 31st night. My brother, my sister, get money ready, go and buy. Don't try to even go and sell candles there. And the last warning is that should you be caught selling anything, all your wares will be seized. Come here. Story number 3. Watch this. I am not a cheap prophet to prophesy for Bawumia. Hey, I am not a cheap prophet to prophesy for Bawumia. And who is speaking? Prophet Bernard Nelson Eshan. He is fuming. I love this prophet. I've known him from Takrade. In fact, he's known me from Takrade. I only came to know him in Accra. Hi, anytime he prophesies, it comes to pass. I have not seen or heard of a single prophecy from this prophet that has failed. This man of God can prophesy to you from morning all the way down to the night. To those of you who may not remember, let me use 30 seconds to tell you this. In the run-up to the elections, when everybody believed that the NPP was going to retain power under Bawumia's leadership, he said it won't happen. The new president of Ghana is called John Dramani Mahama. His vice president is a woman. He would win the election. Unlike so many people saying there will be violence, there wouldn't be any violence. And again, somebody is going to concede far earlier before the official results would even come out. And Bawumia conceded. Mahama won. He didn't end there. He said, I saw in the vision Mahama coming over to tell me, thank you, Prophet, I've won the elections, but my vice president is gone. And we all heard that prophecy long before the elections. And when it happened, Mahama won, but vice president was taken very ill. She had to be flown all the way to the west for medical attention. It took so long before she came. They had to contact him and some other men and women of God to pray so that God would give the vice president another chance to life. This is Bernard L. Bernard. My brother, my sister, there is an allegation that Bernard L. Bernard was given 300,000 Ghana cedis by a running mate of Kennedy Agyapong, Natoshi. And this was said by a gentleman who has 100% affiliation with the NPP, Abronye DC. I call him the gutter mouth, Abronye DC. He's always quick to say he's educated. Yet when you listen to him speak, I won't deny that he's educated, but where did he get his education? In the toilet? Or maybe in the jungle somewhere where only the fittest survive? With all respect to Abronye, if education was like this, I would be illiterate forever, uneducated. Those who are uneducated are those who are quick to tell you they are educated, they have this certificate. Yet when you open their heads, it's full of nothing but excreta. Monkey excreta. My brother, my sister, this is Abronye DC. Sometimes it is interesting to watch him. Other times it's so nauseating. I cannot stand him. He's my brother. When I meet him, I'll say hi. But the truth is the truth. Abronye DC alleged on his show on social media that Bernard L. Bernard was bribed with 300,000 Ghana cedis by Natoshi, an affiliate and running mate of Kennedy Agyapong. And that Bernard L. Bernard went to the house of Natoshi and collected that money. So they planned in the house that because of his credibility, all these years, he should come out and prophesy that Kennedy Agyapong had won or would win the election because he was bribed. Hey, well, many people who saw this and heard this never believed it, knowing exactly the track record of Prophet Bernard L. Bernard. Before we could say Jack, Bernard L. Bernard responded. But let's first listen to my very good friend, Abronye DC, on his show. Watch this.
Omoyansi shene nyina wiye no. Na atosi hu kwana a obefa so afiri Bawumia camp ntem. Enti sa sofo no kofa ono na kora e de ne ba na atosi fie. Ama omo yese ye be hihye adwuma ye be hihye ne sei. Mema makora no ahye nkom. Na nemi bodini. Mumbisa sofo Bernard. Mumbisa sofo Bernard say okọ na atosi fie no meeting ben na okoye ya ansa na oba be kasa say na atosi eye omukọ plane ye say oba be hyenkom say mahu say na atosi ba be ye vice president na nipa obetima ye no vice president no eye Kennedy Agyapong wo mo hihye e wo na atosi fie that day na atosi wo ye meeting na meni ho but me gina onyame oja oba eni sunsun kunkun ne din mu sai onyame a osoma ne ba kunkun a wanye bone da na obewu ye de ne moja kunkun de pepa me no mienu bone ne sai that day e wo fie honom no as why in the name of the Almighty God say, Suffer El Bernard, a wolf, you know, woman 300,000 Ghana cedis. Now you're 20,000 note. Woman 300,000 Ghana cedis. And my suffer panina or the El Bernard the bar Fiorano, a catcher says Canisa. A rather boame. A semi me can say me did try rather boame. Maminya wants to sanswa. Say woman planning. Me candy dria bo atwa so say. Me say, Suffer El Bernard. Ekwatina na to si fie. Ene sofo panyini na hyehyɛ sɛ ene sofo panyini bi ene hyehyɛ sɛ yɛde yɛbɛtuma gyina man disi agyaw na mom kɔ supporto Kennedy Agyapong because yɛde yɛmpɛ ba omia.
Well, you heard him. He said that Bernard El Bernard, who he calls El Bernard, went to the house of Natoshi and was bribed so that he would falsely prophesy. And the man of God who took him to the house of Natoshi claimed that that amount of money given was too small. And he swore with his life that if this is a lie, may he suffer for telling a lie. Well, I'm not going to say Abronya is lying. Neither would I say he's speaking the truth. But when you look at track records, I can trust Bernard El Bernard more than Abronya DC. One is a politician. The other one has never been known to be a politician. By the kind courtesy of Ohia TV, Abronya's TV, this tape has gone straight into your medulla oblongata. My brother, my sister, these were his exact words. Bernard El Bernard is in America as we speak right now. He went straight to social media, Facebook, and he responded twice. The first one he put out, what did he say? This was what he put up. Prophecy for sale. 300,000 is below my value. Give me 300 million Ghana cedis. I woke up this morning to a flood of messages about an allegation from one Abronye claiming that I have been given 300,000 Ghana cedis. In my prophetic calling, accusations, attacks, misinterpretations, and fabricated stories are not new. They are part of the journey. As a prophet, I remain focused on my assignment. I do not prophesy for profit, and I do not trade the grace of God for money. And even if I were the kind of prophet who prophesies for profit, which I am not, does anyone truly believe I will reduce the weight and dignity of my calling to such a figure? Please do not downgrade my value. If anyone intends to give me money for prophesying, let them bring 30 million or even 300 million Ghana cedis. I will never reduce the calling of God upon my life to something that can be brought, controlled, or influenced by money. What was the first message? Congratulations, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. In the coming days, I will address the false claim that I received 300,000. Dash it away. So this was the first message he put out. And within hours, he came back and told us that this was a lie. But you know how we do it at Black Empire Media. Maybe somebody was writing this for him on social media. I called him all the way. In America, Maryland to be specific. And I put this before him. And he revealed something that is shocking. He revealed something that is so heavy. I can't listen to this one alone. When I first asked him, have you visited Natoshi or have you met Natoshi? He said, Black Rasta, it's not for me to tell you people that I've met, people who have consulted me and those who have not consulted me. In fact, it is not ethical for a prophet to release that. But I think that the answer you are looking for is to the allegation as to whether I took money or not. This was what he said. Watch this. For this Abronya thing, I realized that you have released a statement. I've read it. Yeah, I just wanted to find out. Have you met Natoshi before? Has she given you any money before?
The truth of the matter is, if anyone is going to give me money for prophesying, it's not 300,000 Ghana cedis. Now, how do I condescend that low to receive 300,000 cedis? How do I come to that level? People should by now know my way of meeting. I prophesy to Gamanche. You can find out from Gamanche any day, any time. If he has even given me 1 cedi, that is not my trading ministry. I prophesy to the NDC government. You can find out if they have given me 1 cedi. So why the desperation and the lie? If you people have found out that you have lost, at least speak your truth. Speak your truth and don't come and lie with I received 300,000 from Natoshi or whatever. If I want to prophesy, you can ask all the politicians. You can ask them. You can ask them. You can the people from their camp who are calling me, if I pick up their call, the people from their camp who told me that it will be more beneficial to me and my ministry, I stand to gain more if I help them to win. If I am the kind of man of God who is looking for anything in this world, I don't belong to that cycle of men of God looking for anything. Wow. People from their camp, now they are calling me as if I pick up their call. They should wait after, they should be happy that Natoshi has been able to be bold to come out. They should be scared about people who know that they will not win, but still they are campaigning for them and they know what they have said they will do on the election day. And they should not try to resort to lies and all of that.
Oh, so the Baumia camp actually approached you to try and do something for them.
Said someone from their camp. Okay, so let me give an example. One day I was there when Akosia Menu called me. And she said that she has heard I want to meet Baumia. And I said, no. I've never said I want to win Baumia. If there's anything I have said that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong had already won the flag bearership. I've never said I want to meet him. There is nobody here I've said I want to meet him. I've never said I want to meet the president of Ghana. I've never said I want to meet Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. It's not my trading ministry. I'm a prophet of God. I speak the mind of God. I live it. I am not looking for endorsement, to be looking for people to meet. It's not my trading ministry. So people from their camp who said they want to make sure they get me to Baumia, they should find out what I told them. People from there who said to me that I stand to gain more. I don't know what they mean by gain more. What am I going to gain? I don't prophesy for gain. I prophesy what I see. And after I prophesy, I leave it. If there is any other prophecy, I come and prophesy. And they should know it's because I have traveled. That's why I've not made time to be telling them more of the things that I have seen. When I come back, there are about 5 things God have spoken to me about this, which I'm going to speak about. I'm not a prophet because no one can buy me.
Yes.
So I don't see things and I say, because of this, I will stop.
Wow.
You stop that. So as I brought here, you see, I believe that it is desperation.
Wow.
Full of lies. If I want to receive money, then I'll be a millionaire.
Right. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that.
You can find out from anyone. If you limit a politician, that if me, they come to me and they give me money. You stop their lies.
They should stop their lies. Bernard Nelson Eshan, the prophet, fuming. They should stop their lies. I have never taken money from anybody. And he said 5 things that he saw. And he is going to be returning to Ghana early next month. And when he returns, but we have a way of getting the 5 things. We have all the 5 things that he saw. On Monday when we return, we'll bring the 5 things without his permission. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, the man says he has not taken any money, and any such money would cheapen him. And if he was looking for money, he would rather have gone to the Baomea camp. But because it's not cheap, he has rejected all their calls. And he even mentioned one person, at least, who called him. Politics and prophecies. Oh my God. Come here. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we'll be taking your messages. I will take the last story and we'll be done. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Whoa-yo! It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to this channel yet, please do. We are called the Black Empire Media. Please subscribe, share the broadcast, hit on the notification bell so that everyone will be reminded each time we are on. This is the channel of truth. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Feel free to talk to us. Feel free to send us messages. It's also on WhatsApp. Feel free. My brother, my sister, the channel of truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Okay? Let's look at your comments. Send them via YouTube. They can also come via Facebook. And we are happy to read those. Yeah? King D says, go all. Black Rasta, Kukusho them all. Farouk Dech says, respect. Franklin Safu says, good evening, boss. Allow me to deviate from the main topics today. I wish you could look into our movie industry to see what is really going on in there. Because apart from the cast, a proper movie set needs a carpenter, a nurse, an electrician, a driver, and people from almost every industry in the crew. Which simply means if we get investors to come on board, it will cut down the unemployment in the country. Must we wait for Hollywood to come and tell the Kwame Nkrumah story, the Togbi Charlie story, the Ya Asantua story, the Yana story, and all the great people whose struggles have brought us this far as a country? Please look into it for me. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you so much. We certainly will look into that. More comments coming in via Facebook and also via YouTube. Jonathan Gonja says, bless up Rasta. Ronald Lawson says, respect Black Rasta. Elike Mensa says, good evening, Black Rasta. May the Almighty continue to bless you with wisdom from this throne room, from his throne room. Black, I wish I'd meet you one of these days personally so we can sit and chat. Volta region is my location. Ho precisely. I'll be coming to Ho pretty soon. Anytime you hear I'm in Ho, please just link up. Or better still, when I'm coming there to be announced, and please pass through. Yeah? Pat Awa says, hello, Black Rasta. Hi, Pat. Konate Baba says, may the Almighty Allah Accept our prayers and forgive our sins. May Allah keep blessing and protecting our motherland, Ghana. Amen. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. Let them also come via Facebook. My brother, my sister, and we are more than just excited to read them. King D says, Black Rasta, this your program is like being righteous, which can lead one to heaven. We thank you. You know what? To worship God is not an easy task. In other words, the truth is bitter to swallow. Why I am saying this is that people patronize other programs more than where the truth is told or where the word of God is. Imagine these programs talking about all the things that are not beneficial to us. Seduction, comedy, and so on and so on. And people watch this. They reach all the way to about 1 million views each time. For the truth, and the truth would only set us free. Yet Black Rasta, you have the multitude still watching you. That is good news. I want to assure you that we are patriotic and we will stay glued to you. We will stick to you till the end of time because of the truth. God bless you, Black. We dare your back. Teach us, guide us, lead us, and let us follow your footsteps. Thank you. Thank you so much. So what he's saying is that normally a show that speaks the truth, not many people follow. But this is unique. A lot of people are trooping here and watching us, and we have become number one because of the truth. That means something good is happening in Ghana. Unlike in those days, it was all about pornography. Comedy is good. Comedy is a nice thing, you know. But he's saying that he's excited this is happening. Lucky Man says, always in support of Black Rasta. Salute of patriotism. Joshua Kolete Huago says, good evening, my brethren, Black Rasta. Or Hinikwesi says, Black Rasta, I like you too much. Good evening. Maxwell Kokroko Kwamla says, Black Rasta, I am always with you. And Benazu says, tell me more. Esiama George says, amen. Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says, fire, yabu. Alaji Hussein Awal says, assalamu alaikum, Black Rasta, more fire. Ibrakadabra says, assalamu alaikum, Rasta. This is where the truth is, and we are always here to listen to nothing but the truth. Belhaj Senior says, please, I am eating. Bliss Abound says, preach, Black, run them out. But Awo says, move of fire. Kojo Elik Plim says, it's called drooling. I like that. Drooling. When saliva comes out of your mouth, for a second, he's forgotten that word. Drooling. Saliva. You are drooling. Like that. JDS says, greetings, Black Rasta. We are live. Yaodobo says, good evening, my professor. Welcome. And Azinabwe Sefa says, Wayo, fire, yeah. R Steady says, Black Rasta, you reign. And Angela Yale says, hi, Black. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. Bori Issa says, Black Star is a star of journalism. Legend. Okay? I'm sure you want to say Black Rasta, you know? Rap Thunder says, so sad and boring. End of the week of Blackport. We love you, Black Rasta. Don't worry, man. We're returning on Monday. And today we're doing 4 stories that will keep you alive. Share the stories when we cut them into pieces. And then you send them across so everybody can watch this. You understand? Kelly Black says, champion man, you are welcome. Kwame Asante says, talk about your chief, Bugri Nabu. Why are you running away from his tribal tape? Have you been following this show? Kwame, have you been following this show? Just go back 3 days or 4 days back and watch what we did to Bugri Nabu. Anyway, you are welcome to the family. It's a big family. My brother, this is where the truth is. So when we are here about Shaka, it's the truth, nothing but the truth. You understand? Yes. We don't look face. Is it because he's your northern brother, so he's exempted from your shouting on Ken? Shame, 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 you hypocrite. Oh, Kwame. Go and watch it and come and apologize. We shall accept you back. Yeah? All right, so Nabong Pyramid says, good evening, Black Rasta, my very good grandpa. I'm watching you live from Tumu, Ping community. Keep speaking truth to power. Wayo. And then he says the ancestral connection is within. We say, guide and protect you. Akwesha Tina says this is a big lesson for us all to learn. All the people Kennedy was defending have turned against him. Kennedy got into unending beefs with Kevin Taylor because of Atachia. Arstidi says, Nana Atopa, hey, Atachia, dear Sembeba. Theophilus Ampia says, tribal bigot. Philip Owusu says, watching live from New York City. Why you're a Black Rasta? I can't live without watching you. Okay? All right? And I'm happy to be here every time. Okay? Time now to take our final story. But please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do that now. Hit on the subscription button and hit on the notification bell so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Better still, share the broadcast and recommend us to all and sundry. It's the Blackpot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. Nitewul responds to Kennedy Agyapong before secret video even drops. Hey, we are 6 trillion years ahead of everybody. Kennedy Agyapong was in Takrady at Star Power FM, and he made it clear that the former defense minister of his own party, the NPP, is supporting Bawumia, and on the campaign trail, he has gone all the way to his hometown in Bimbila to tell his Kokomba brethren that don't vote for Kennedy Agyapong. He doesn't like you, he hates you. Rather vote for Bawumia. And Kennedy Agyapong in that tape said that he didn't even know that the man he was sitting with in parliament was a Kokomba man. The first time he got to know that was when the tape came out and he saw his own brother from the same party talking against him and inciting the Kokomba people against him. What is the truth? What tape is it? Have you seen the tape? Kennedy Agyapong said he will release it on Monday, but we have seen it already. We have seen the tape already. Can I tell you more? I'm ready to tell you more. But for now, watch the video in which Kennedy Agyapong talks about former defense minister Nitewul, Dominic Nitewul. Watch this.
Even members of parliament. I'm going to release a video next Monday for you. This Monday, for you to see a member of parliament inciting his tribe against me. I didn't even know tribe and war. Also, I'm in our parliament. We serve on the same committee. And you serious politics. Me too. I'll release the video. Well, first time me too. I have his video inciting cucumbers against me. I didn't even know so a cucumber. That is bad. Politics are alien. But I've been calm. What I say, I just ignore them.
Well, my brother, the words of Kennedy Agyapong. Dominic Nitewul is an MP. He was defense minister under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We all remember him for the private jet that Nana Addo wanted to have so he would have a shower in the air. Recently in parliament, he said he never said anything like that. My brother, my sister, this is Dominic Nitewul. Yes, he's a Kokomba man. Kokomba people are great people, just like every other ethnic group in Africa, not even in Ghana alone. But did Nitewul say this What is this tape Kennedy Agyapong is talking about? I placed a call straight to the former defense minister. And when I posed the question, he instantly got angry. I calmed him down and I said, sir, can I record your response? He said, no, I don't want any recording. And we have our principles. If you say don't record me, if I want to continue with the interview, I will. If I don't want, I stop. But I was interested in what he had to say. So I didn't record. And I decided to listen to him. This is the first time you are hearing this. Nitiwul is not going to respond after talking to us. So for the whole weekend, forget about an answer. This is the only place you'll find that answer. You know what Nitiwul said? He said, come here. He said, Black Rasta, the tape Kennedy Agyapong is talking about was 2023. I have responded to Kennedy Agyapong only 2 times all my life. And this was one of the circumstances that led me to answer Kennedy Agyapong. He's a member of my party. I know what it is to do politics. For that matter, it's not everything we talk about. I can tell you on authority that this was 2023. So this was what he said. My News GH published a certain story. And that story that was published was because Kennedy Agyapong went to the Western region and told the people of the Western region where he comes from, that Nana Addo's government was full of northern ministers. That was why the people of the Western region did not have appointments under Nana Addo. And he went ahead to say, look at the Ministry of Defense. That guy there, is he not from the north? So he said when Kennedy Agyapong mentioned him, he was sad. He's a member of the NPP, he's a Ghanaian. So if Nana Addo decides to appoint me, should you use this as politics and go to your hometown and tell the people that, you see, he's appointing Nordness? 2023, according to him. And he told me, Black, if you think I'm lying, go to my News GH. Talk to the editor if they still have the publication. I placed another call to the editor, who is a very good brethren of mine, Stephen Zuri. Thank you so much. I asked him, he couldn't even remember that they published a story like that. He went through the archives and boom. Watch this. Kennedy Agyapong exposed over claims of northern appointments in Akufo-Addo's government. And truly, 3 years ago, 2023, April 28. Run the story. Claims by the new Patriotic Party presidential aspirant Kennedy Agyapong to the effect that the Akufo-Addo-led administration has appointed a disproportionate number of Nordness into ministerial positions have been proven to be false. According to Kwabena Asante, a key member of the NPP, a breakdown of the appointment of ministers according to regions does prove that Mr. Ohene Agyapong was wrong in his claims. Mr. Ohene Agyapong has stated while on a tour of the Western region that the Akufo-Addo-led NPP administration has so many ministers hailing from the north to the neglect of Western and Central regions. But Mr. Asante has provided data that shows this is untrue, considering that Northern region has 5 regions. And the numbers do not show any disproportionate numbers. So, I just did my analysis of ministerial appointments from 2021 to date, and the data shows that the argument of Honorable Ken is not accurate. Again, the phraseology "not" is very problematic in its usage. The 5 regions are different, and so when making an analysis, it should be region specific. Can it be said that when analyzing appointments from the south, we should add all the 11 regions we know for our computation? The data below shows that the so-called North has not benefited from ministerial appointments more than the so-called South. Dash it away. And then they came back with so many. Okay, bring that back. Bring that so that we know before that. Look at this. Again, it is also not accurate that Western and Central regions are not represented adequately. Mr. Asante argued. The 5 regions of the North boast of only 19 ministers, while the Ashanti region alone has 23 ministers. Consider the analysis courtesy of Mr. Ashanti. Dash it away. And he brought a whole list of ministers, the regions they come. It is so sad that in our political jurisdiction, we are more worried about who has come from here, who is from here, instead of dealing with the brain. Is it not nauseating? Oh, this one was appointed from Central. That one was appointed from Volta. That 2 came from the Eastern. Why 2 from Eastern? It's all about the brains. If today 10 are coming from Eastern because they are extraordinarily brilliant, we should be happy. Another time, 100 will come from the Western. Rather than the so-called proportionate whatever. Are we looking for the brains or we are looking for geographical locations? It's a question I'm asking. So according to Nitiwul, this was what Kennedy Agyapong said. And he felt it was unfortunate. He felt that Kennedy Agyapong, by the way he spoke, did not like the welfare of the northern people. So when he went out there to his people, he told them, listen to what Kennedy Agyapong is saying about us and about me. The fact that Nana Addo has appointed me as a Northerner. He's angry. This is the person who wants to be your president. If you vote for him, do you think that he would have your at heart? Would he have your welfare at heart? So I'm asking you, all of you from the North, you Kokombes, every other ethnic group here, do not vote for him because he's a tribal bigot. After saying this in English,